Okay, this will sound crazy, but I'm recommending that fantasy managers who need quarterback help pick up a player who was just benched. With the trade deadline in the NFL on November 3rd, taking a flyer on Ryan Fitzpatrick may not be the craziest idea in the world, especially if he ends up in Dallas. He could easily return value as a top 5 option, especially since he's already been a great fantasy option playing behind some terrible offensive lines over the past couple of years. And there's practically no downside. If he doesn't get traded, just cut him next week. Now at running back, Zack Moss injured his toe in week 2 and played only 25% of the snaps in his week 6 return. He was finally back in his regular platoon role in week 7 against the Jets, and he was more effective than Devin Singletary, turning 10 touches into 72 yards, though Singletary did see more catches and targets. That said, running backs who get consistent work are always at a premium. And when the season began, Moss was expected to see a lot of goal line and receiving work, and he may quickly emerge as a consistent fantasy performer very soon. So leaving him on the waiver wire may not be wise. And at wide receiver, although we hadn't seen Corey Davis since week 3, he was back on the field in week 7, seeing 10 targets and raising his average to 7.5 targets per contest. Not only is he seeing volume, but he's either posted at least 69 yards or scored a touchdown in each of the 4 games he's played this year. With the Titans having a terrible defense, they're finding themselves in more shootouts than they'd like, but that's exactly what fantasy managers want to see. Davis could be a strong flex option or provide help when bye weeks and injuries complicate setting weekly lineups. And aside from the top 3 or 4 tight ends, the only consistency at the position is inconsistency. But after missing each of the last 3 games while recovering from an ankle injury and a concussion, Jordan Akins most likely will return to action soon. Although he was playing as the Texans' lead tight end, he'd only seen more than 3 targets in 1 of 3 games, but he did post between 28 and 55 yards in each of those contests he played. For those who need to platoon some of the lesser tight ends, we know Deshaun Watson likes targeting his tight ends, making Akins a reasonable waiver add.